This dog has won 3 times in the Dog King contest, but she gave birth to a blind puppy. See this scene. The owner even ordered the dog to be killed. The enemy is afraid of people. He offered to find a place for it, but the boss wouldn't change his mind for honor. Dog at the bedside. Like understanding their conversation. He really wants to save his son, but it can't do anything. Finally, they took the puppy up the mountain. Get ready to dig a hole and bury it. The puppy almost knows his coming fate. So take that opportunity. Give the man a glass of lemon tea. After escaping, it immediately ran towards the forest. Fortunately, he stumbled and found a pipe. I don't know how long it's been. It only goes out when there's no movement. But now is the hardest time, because the world in his eyes is blurry. But in order to survive, it still decided to go down the road. But didn't leave long enough to fall into the mud hole. Fortunately, there was a boy who tracked the sound and found it. Look at the dog that looks like that. The boy didn't have time to think quickly. Yellow and strap-on dog leg. Put it up here. Then immediately go to where there is water. Using his clothes to wipe the mud from his body while dipping it in water. The dog is clean. The boy is very happy. I think I definitely won't refuse such a cute dog. So, I decided to take him home. But when you bring the puppy back, the mother threw the dog on the ground and told the boy, "Your father and I will save food and drink, I can go to aristocratic school where to get money to raise a dog." When he finished, he pulled the boy back. Even though the dog doesn't know what happened, but it still follows the boy's scent because he doesn't want to leave his savior. But it's basically invisible. Soon it crashed into a tree. Because its body size is so small, it can't do anything. I can only feel the smell of the boy. It's getting further and further away, but no one can stop it. It wasn't long before he thought of a way. It relies on its weak breath to go around in the other direction. Walking all night, it finally feels that it's coming. The city more. The boy's smell was getting stronger. It doesn't dare neglect a very quick step. The dog found the boy's house. After confirming that the boy was inside, it slipped through the door without hesitation. After a lot of trouble, he finally found the boy and kept licking his face. This made the boy happy. You never did imagine that a dog would find this place. But now he's going to school. What you can do if you leave your dog at home? I'll definitely throw it away. So you're simply put the dog in his school bag. Secretly take it to school. After school, he told his classmates about the dog. I hope they can help us think of a solution. But the unexpected thing is, this scene was accidentally seen by the owner. In class, he barged in without hesitation and asked the boy to deliver the dog. The boy can't refuse, even though Sal must follow the rules at school. But the surprising thing is, the principal opened the bag but saw no dogs. So my classmate hid the dog before class. The boy escaped now. They've been gathering and playing with dogs ever since. Every time after school. He even named it Simba. But when the dog ran towards the boy, the bookcase suddenly fell from the sky. The dog didn't run anymore. That's when he learned Simba was blind. Let Simba experience the world. He started asking blind people everywhere. The man told him, "Even though I've lost my light, but my hearing is still there. As long as you can adapt, even darkness will turn to light." Boy understand Ra. Since then, he's taken Simba up the mountain every day. I want to use this bell to get Simba out of the shadows. Slowly, Simba's ears grew louder. The students were surprised by the results. But at this point, the owner discovered the dog. Classmates hastily hid in the hay. However, the director also brought the principal here this time. He took the bell directly from the boy's pocket. After hearing the sound, Simba thought the owner called me. So he came without hesitation. The boy's father was invited to school. You blame your father, not paying tuition on time. My son is hiding. Take your dog to school and keep it for a week. Now you only have two choices: or get a transfer certificate, or banish your son directly. Hearing this, the father immediately panicked. But he still begged the principal. Talk about family difficulties. In the end, the principal was still upset. Even though the boy was staying, Simba was miserable. After returning home, the boy asked his father to adopt Simba. But I slapped you in the face. I threw it away. If you do this again, you'll be miserable. But the words in my mouth. But the heart is soft. Wait until you calm down. He took the boy to where Simba was abandoned. But they searched for a long time and couldn't find it. The security guards also told them to leave quickly. There's a bear that often shows up here. Very reluctantly though. They can only meekly leave. But make sure the boy doesn't worry about the dog. You sneak out while your parents are sleeping. I immediately panicked. I don't have time to think too much either. Rush his wife back to this ruined place. I don't know how long I've been looking for it. They finally found their son under the tree. What surprised them even more was Simba was actually there to protect him. From now on, Simba's in this house. But the healing of Simba's eyes, that's what the boy wanted most. So you go to the pet hospital. Fortunately, Simba's eyes, it's possible to regain vision through surgery. But the price is $200,000. Even my parents can't afford it. Paid so much money. Besides, you're still a kid. But the boy didn't give up. He gave the news to his classmates. His classmates were very supportive of him to collect $10. The kids are very hard at home. This way can get more pocket money. Keep them. Even the boss was moved by their behavior. Gradually, many months have passed. Simba also became a handsome guy, but they saved less than $10,000. However, at this time, it was seen on TV that an agile dog competition is about to be held. If you win the game, you'll get a $200,000 bonus. The boy suddenly had hope. He hurried to find the boss. After knowing that you want to use bonus to cure eyes for Simba, the owner immediately changed his face and told the boy, a blind dog has no right to compete. The boy was very angry when he heard this, so you can only think of another way. Fortunately, he got a call from the hospital pets early the next morning. He said a foreign doctor had arrived. I'm very interested in Simba's stuff. Can do this surgical CA for free for it. Simba was finally saved, but it backfired. Although the surgery is free, but the medical costs are still $120,000. The boy thought his father might have money. I didn't know you couldn't afford it. Your mortgage is weighing on you. But he wasn't willing to give up this opportunity. You withdrew all the money he had saved. Please, doctor, I hope you can help Simba with this surgery. Surprisingly, the doctor only took 1 penny. He also promised he's going to do this surgical CA on Simba, even though he's a veterinarian. But to him, animals are like humans. After 6 hours of surgery, when Simba opened his last eyes, it also clearly sees the owner's appearance and start living a normal life. After regaining vision, the boy immediately gave Simba to the dog contest registration office. But the staff told you, the registration period has ended. At this time, a dog trainer has discovered them. After knowing the whole story, he told the staff, if you don't let them join, then I won't join either. In the end, the staff had no choice. I have to agree to let Simba join. He's been a coach for over 15 years. Preliminary round will come soon as promised. In terms of eating, Simba excellently won first place. But what the boy didn't know was, the man who ordered Simba's murder is here. He's afraid of affecting the championship. They are the children of the same dog. I went to the boy's house right after the game and told me that he willing to pay $200,000 to buy Simba. It's not just that. Help them pay off their debt. Grandfather is so happy to hear this. This condition is enough for them to live a worrying-free life. But the father rejected the man. This time I want to follow my son's heart. The man also spoke harshly. He asked the creditors to take back the house at the end of this family. I have to go to the bank to borrow money. All answers are rejection. Though so, his income is much less than this amount. What's even more sad is that the man also bribed his boss. As a result, I lost my job. They have to call their best friend. The answer is, why should I trust him to lend you money? Everyone knows he can't buy it. Why should I be ashamed to do that? The father has no other way, in addition to putting all Simba's game. But they don't have the money to hire a coach. As soon as the boy gets lost, I told you to let me train Simba. The boy was immediately shocked. You rushed to ask your mother how an avid winch can train a smiling mother dog. You still know so little about your father. Turns out my dad was a master horse trainer. Because of the jealousy of bad people, he secretly killed his beloved horse. That's going to lead to me leaving the industry. The father took his son to the mountain every day. I don't dare be careless for every event. Simba is much faster than before. It can also easily avoid obstacles. The game will arrive as soon as expected. The dogs involved are all very strong. It was this evil man who won the title. The first mind. But Simba also in DTO. It's third in boot. Simba made it to the final. But at this point the voltage of the lamp goes up dramatically. The bulb's glass was completely broken. At an important time, the boy uses his body to protect Simba tightly. Even though it's nothing serious. But the veterinary exam stunned them. Simba is back to being blind. In this case, they can only withdraw from the competition. Because blind dogs can't compete at all. All efforts are in vain. At this time, the man who came to turn out, everything is arranged behind his back. I know. Simba's vision has been restored thanks to surgery. If you are exposed to bright light, you will be blind again. He also told the boy to get out of here. Otherwise, next time it won't be as simple as going blind. Boy wants to expose it. But unfortunately there's no evidence. Just like that, the man who achieved his wish and set up the 30th sixth just in time for the referee to announce the winner. Boy took Simba to the scene. You cry. Ask the referee to give Simba a chance to play, but the judges won't let blind dogs compete. Even he asked the security guard to pull the boy away quickly. At this time, my words make them speechless. I believe you've all seen Simba's talent. All it takes is a fair chance against cruel and arrogant animals, after saving a blind dog from drowning. And we don't know how to raise money to restore its vision during surgery. Bring it back to the light that trains it. If Simba could make it to the final, what's the only reason? It's a son's love. I gave Simba the bond between them. Not just to win the game, but to prove it. It makes sense to this world. Just give it a chance. Please listen to this. The audience asked Simba to play a game. Simba seemed to sense something. It immediately gets off the chain and jumps out into the yard. Even though it can't be seen, but feel the expectation and praise of the audience for it. By memory it's got to the starting point of the race. See this scene, coach. He even used his driver's license to prove it. This is unusual. But we're still giving Simba a chance. The audience is looking forward to this blind dog competition. But the boy did something unexpected. He actually jumped over the obstacle himself and walked through the tunnel like a dog. After finishing all the items it tells Simba, "Power. I'll run beside you, bravely run. We will win." Then he took the bell from his pocket. Simba remembered that he was training. Following a voice of order, Simba ran away. Then up. A to be A for years. Simba breaks the 6th century in 29 seconds. The owner abandoned it and immediately died. Their efforts are not in vain. However, when the champion is announced, the name screams is not Simba. But after the man got the cup, let's say the champion is Simba. It was before the announcement. The boy is looking for a man. The championship is yours. Give me the dog. I'll take good care of him. Because he has a better gift. That's the chocolate the boy gave him. Maybe this is the power of love and kindness.